Good morning, all. It is my pleasure to welcome you all for the third international conference on artificial intelligence, information processing, and cloud computing, which is held at China from June 21 to 22. First, I would like to thank for the organizers for giving me the opportunity in order to deliver my thoughts and topic in front of you. Thank you very much to the organizers. This session going to elaborate the performance of the classification methods for the text-based sentiments of the customer reviews. Nowadays, the customer reviews are very important for any kind of companies, for any companies which are going to run smoothly. The companies are nowadays run based on the customer reviews. Most of the customer reviews are 100% welcomed by the companies, because based on the customer reviews only, the company's profit and the functioning of day-to-day activities, everything should be finalized. Therefore, it is essential to discuss about the customer's review based on their sentiments. Mostly in online resources, large amount of informations are available in the form of the digital format. Most of the customers are more likely to share their real feelings on social media or through the company's regular feedback system about their feelings, what they feeling about the products which are purchased by the customers. Therefore, the customers review data available in the social media such as Twitter, which are all in the form of unstructured data. These unstructured data need to be processed and extracted, and which is to be used by organizations in order to support their customers. A lot of social media nowadays available. The social media and organization data repositories are very high. These are used for what purpose means in order to extract a clear picture of the customers. For the analysis of the social media data, there are a lot of analytical tools are available nowadays in computational technology. Text analytics is the activity of the customer media analytics, which evaluate this online data available in unstructured format. The most of the techniques like NLP, natural language processing, text analysis, and sentiment analysis are used for the analysis purpose of these opinions which are produced by means of the customers. Therefore, it is called as also opinion mining. Opinion mining and the sentiment analysis are mostly synonyms. Based on the opinion mining concepts, we can retrieve the features from an input source available in any online repository. Therefore, the text mining is a key term in data mining because it extracts high quality information. The primary focus of text mining research work is the classification model or classification methods and how to represent the text in a specific manner. So text representation and the classification model are the very famous technologies used in text mining. Also, in this research work, we have evaluated 4 classic models, namely called as tree LMT, naive Bayes, Hoeffding, and LBR. These models are used to analyze the customer review data. After the analysis, the performance of these algorithms are reported. This research work have done by means of an experimental approach for the evaluation of all these 4 models. The literature review actually carried out for the purpose of the related work, identifying the related work. Actually, there is an important amount of work related to Twitter sentiment analysis. In an article titled as Automatic Text Structuring and Summarization, Information Processing and Management, the authors Shelton et al. Suggested that in their work, there is an automatic extraction methodologies outperformed traditional compared with the traditional extraction in terms of sentiment analysis. This is the motivation of this research work. This paper is the motivation work of this research work. Actually, dear participants, the methodology used for this research work is the major domain is data science, subject category is text mining, machine learning algorithms, area of specialization is sentiment analysis. The data set used for the analysis of this work is Kaggle data set, in which particularly the US airline based Twitter sentiments are taken into account. What are the methods applied in which I already told you, naive Bayes, LMT, LBR, and Hoeffding methods are utilized. What is going to analyze the research findings by means of the research findings, the performance of classification methods, and the performance metrics used for the assessing purpose of the performance is accuracy, precision, and recall. These are the very famous kappa statistics available in the statistical methods. Actually, the data set used for the airline Twitter, used for the analysis is airline Twitter sentiments. Particularly, US airlines are taken into account. The actual data set is taken from the Kaggle and manually it is first annotated, and finally the annotated informations are pre-processed. After the pre-processing technique, after the pre-processing the informations which are collected from the Kaggle data set, then the customer's sentiments are analyzed. The tweet is actually polarized as positive, negative, and neutral using the manual annotators. Totally 600 pieces of sample data from US airline sentiment data set is given below. Here you can know that very well about what is the airline, name of the airline, and what informations are collected, what is the tweets they are produced, and tweet locations where they are produced, and airline sentiments, what sentiments are actually produced by means of neutral, positive, and negative. This kind of data are analyzed. The total number of data set customers are chosen for the analysis is 600. This data set is first pre-processed. For the pre-processing purpose, airline name, tweets, tweet location, airline sentiments are taken into account. The features like good and it is synonym are, and some of the synonyms for good are used for positive classification and to assign polarity to the content. It is removed the noise informations like unwanted informations are done by using the pre-processing. After the pre-processing, the classification task is enabled. Therefore, this research work employs annotation to handle basic cleanup process. First, in the pre-processing steps, some of the rare circumstances and some other jarring components are removed. For the subsequent phases of analysis and legitimating a few misspelled words are removed. Also, it have an attempt to supply hardly necessary details. A smooth tweet does not include URLs like hashtags or mentions. Tabs and line breaks are also removed from the data set. Blanks and quotation marks are also joined and moved into apaxes. Ever since this phase, all punctuation is excluded except apaxes, which are part of grammar constructs. The sample pre-processing step carried out in this work is, first we got to remove the URL, http:// and / are removed. User names such as deep font to be removed. @ is removed in the user names. Hashtags, in hashtags, hash is removed. Hash was removed. And in the character normalization, tag key is the long word in which only the out of this 5 E, only 1 E is considered. And the punctuation symbols like hash, dollar, percentage, these are all omitted from the data set. In the stop words, as, and, the, a, for, these stop words are removed in the pre-processing methods. The stemming of the information available in the data set are also removed, carried out for pre-processing in this work. Thus, after all this process of pre-processing, the original text from the tweet will be given as follows. For example, original, I am flying your at fabulous has seductive skies again, you take all the stress away from the travel from the HTTP. The original text, the long original text is post-normalized by means of pre-processing and considered as fly sky travel. This only are taken into account for the analysis purpose. Therefore, after the pre-processing, the informations, the customer sentiments are given as input to the 4 chosen models. The first model is logistic model tree. It is like a normal regression model. In this model, the formula used for the analysis is S equal to union of ST under ST bar equal to pi, that is on empty set. It is a decision tree with a regression function and it is represented by using this formula, in which each internal node such as classical decision trees has been connected with just a test on one of the features. Actually, for a given model in LMT class, probability of Fj of x, the model is represented by using this formula, where what is available here, S denotes the total instance, T is the terminal nodes, and T belongs to the subset of T, and ST is the subset of S. So using this mathematical formula, and the formula is actually applied into S equal to union of ST. ST is a intersection of ST equal to pi. For a given model, the class probability of Fj of x is represented by using this. Already we have enough discussion about these things. The next model is lazy Bayesian rules, LBR. It is a variation of naive Bayes classifier, in which we have to collect the informations and inputted in LBR. While the collection in LB tree, LBR rules which denotes the set of test attributes on the LB tree's root towards the leaf. LBR usually uses a lazy process to develop Bayesian rule for every training samples. A Bayesian rule is utilized on because of it is indeed a collection of attribute value pairs, and the rules which are sequences is indeed a local LB. The formulas used for this LBR model is given in this slide, in which P is the probability and the predictor, also it is called as predictor, which is estimated by this LBR model. The next one is naive Bayes model. You know that very well about the naive Bayes model, most frequently used by most of the researchers. Most of the researchers are mostly utilized this naive Bayes models. Mostly this little bit difference between the Bayesian naive Bayes and the naive Bayes. The formula used for this naive Bayes model is given in this method, where G equal to A1, A2, and so on, AN, where A1, A2, or so on are attribute values in a tuple. And let V denotes the classification parameter, and small v it represents the same variable values. The fourth model utilized for this methodology is Hoeffding method. The Hoeffding bounded technique for estimating a confidence threshold for an unknown class iteratively. This model is actually exactly pursued in order to find the boundary of the input values. So the incremental induction algorithms are based on decision tree. You know that very well. All of this takes a while to become able to use the data. It uses the Hoeffding confined to determine how many examples of an instance are required to reach a certain level of confidence. Therefore, the model Hoeffding used the formula which is given in this, in which R is the range of small r, the real valued random variable is R. The variable n is the independent observation, and it is mean value, and its mean value is R bar. Now we come to the part of discussion about the experimental results. The evaluation process is done by using a two-step process. One is cross-validation, and the another one is training data set. You know that very well. What about the cross-validation? It is a statistical methodology in which we can compare the training set and the data set. The data set used to build the model is referred as training data set. The models LBR, naive Bayes are used for training the data set, and for the cross-validation, the LMT and Hoeffding model, Hoeffding tree model are used. The three metrics, precision, F measure, as well as recall, are the main metrics used for the classifying the classification methods. The accuracy P refers to the ratio of the expected positive samples that have been right, and it has been calculated compared to positive, neutral, or bad commands, that is negative commands. To evaluate the classification algorithms, the following metrics are used: TP, FP, FN, false negative, false positive, and P is the precision and R is the recall. In terms of performance, each model prediction can be one of the four types: true positive, true negative, false positive, and false negative. Based on these four prediction informations, that is kappa statistics parameters, the performance of the classification models taken for this analysis are analyzed. Now we come to the discussion and the results of the findings. The airline US sentiment data set is taken for the input. The precision F measure and the recall are the three parameters used for the performance of classification algorithms. These parameters are actually evaluated based on the positive, negative, and neutral commands which are produced by the customers. The percentage of correct predictions made by our model out of all these predictions is called accuracy. True positive, true negative, false positive, false negative are considered into account. The accuracy ranges from 0 to 1. These exceptional examples relate to the either entirely missing or available, always correctly drawing conclusions. The results obtained by means of this experimental approach for the given and taken 4 classification methods are given in this table. The precision, you can see the precision and recall. The precision rate is very high for the LBR method alone, and for other methods which is very low. So we can easily find out F measure values also very high, and the recall value also very high for LBR method only. So therefore we can find out from this slide itself the performance of the LBR method is very suitable for this analysis of the US airline sentiments, customer sentiments. Precision, recall, specificity are commonly used by data scientists to overcome the limitations of the accuracy. The percentages of positive predictions were correct. TP and FP are correct predictions and incorrect predictions and positive predictions. You can see here the performance measures find out by means of this experimental approach: accuracy, precision, recall. We can able to find out very well 94% of naive Bayes algorithm and 90% LMT, 98% of LBR and 89% of Hoeffding method got the accuracy, in which you can very easily identify LBR method yields better results compared with the other methods. In precision as well as in recall, this LBR methods obtained better results compared with the other methods. Therefore, 94%, 90%, 98% are got, 89% are got with the respective methods as accuracy. And for the precision, 97, 96, 86 and 82 are got as a result. For the naive Bayes method, the positive, neutral and negative commands are analyzed the customer via the customer information. Finally, the weighted average is calculated for the purpose of analysis, in which we can easily find out 97% of recall, the 96% of precision are analyzed, got. Then for the LBR method, the same neutral, positive, negative and weighted average informations are analyzed. Then this is the result of the LMT method, in which also we can easily find out the highest precision rate is 96 for negative. And this is the result of the Hoeffding classification method, in which also we can easily find out the negative values are very high in the FP rate. Therefore, we can conclude based on the results which are shown the performance of each algorithm against the US airline sentiment classes. The results of the values of each metrics for the classification methods, naive Bayes, LMT, LBR and Hoeffding are perfectly obtained. From this obtained results, the accuracy of the algorithm LMT is quite higher compared to other methods. Similarly, the precision rate of LBR is higher compared to the other 3 methods. we can conclude from this observed results and by means of the experimental approach of this customer review data for the US airline sentiments, US airline data set, the classification algorithms play a vital role in analyzing such customer sentiments is very high. Therefore, this research work used the airline sentiment Twitter data set and applied 4 classification methods, namely naive Bayes, LMT, LBR, and Hoeffding, for the purpose of evaluating the classification methods. The evaluation metrics used are accuracy, precision, recall, TPR and FPR, true positive rates and false positive rates. The true positive rates and false positive rates are given the higher accuracy, that are given actually used for the best accuracy rate in order to find out the best accuracy rate for the chosen 4 classification methods. Finally, from this research work, it is identified that the performance of LBR algorithm yields better results compared with the other methods for the chosen data set. Now, this is one of the experimental approach. We cannot conclude this is better results for the others approach. By means of this approach, we got this results. By others approach, we can able to get other kind of results, other kind of algorithms. In future, the same 4 algorithms are used for other data sets, and for the same data set, we can utilize the other classification algorithms like support vector machines and other methods in order to get the clear picture about the customer sentiments. So we can conclude the LBR algorithm is the best algorithm which is suited for analyzing the US airline customer tweet sentiments by means of finding the performance of this approach. Thank you very much for kindly listening my topic. If you have any queries about this research work, you can send a mail to my mail ID, which is already given in the first slide itself. Thank you.